the last 5 races of the card, Matt. Before we do that, PBL, Pro Better Live, great week last week. Been getting great information, but it was the turn the corner week. Everything sort of seemed to go well, apart from Hawkesbury being called off.
Well, yeah, but
we reacted.
We left the race and we had a good win on the first.
Yeah,
it paid
that's
well.
right. Everyone I should say most people are coming off 100%, nailing the card last week in Sydney.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
We obviously have our Caulfield, I think it was, set, which ended up, once that bias was established, we just adapted massively, and things that sort of Darren might have been half keen on became real keen, and you were chiming in with some RSP stuff. And
that was the real strength of what we're trying to achieve with the Pro Better Live, to be able to adjust to the day, to what's happening on the day. One, that we lost Hawkesbury, so then Darren did the form for the last 4 races in Adelaide. So that was that's a pretty serious adjustment, and then 2, adjusting to what's happening at Caulfield throughout.
That's the whole point of it, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's ever evolving, ever flowing, and
so we'll see tomorrow with the Verdi drain surface at Rose Hill. We sort of, you don't get this situation, was it once a year or twice a year?
Twice a year.
Yeah. So, something could happen and we'll be there ready to pounce.
Absolutely. So, jump on board. Pro Better Live is still the $69 introductory offer, which is just an amazing value. You can lock that in. That's not going to be that price for much longer. It's just a matter of us getting around into it and changing it. So, nobody's done it this week. So, if you lock it in, it's $69 a week for as long as you want it to be. So, and you're not locked into anything. You can leave whenever you want, but it is an ongoing thing. But you can lock it away, and you'll have, we've got winter coming up, but then when you get to the carnivals and that, and we'll have, I'm sure we'll have a very strong presence in Melbourne as well too when that comes around, and all of that, and we'll be giving you Brisbane stuff throughout as well too. There'll be some feels that we're getting from pushes from all of the collection and stuff we've got as well. So jump on board, Pro Better Live, it's great. And actually, what I found being able to, obviously not working on the races as much on Saturday afternoon and just sitting by myself in the pub, it's actually good fun. It's quite,
Yeah, loving it.
Exactly. You have a bit of a chat, ask a few questions. It's a good way to have
It's social as well.
Exactly. It's your social network. It's less than Twitter. It's a lot more focused with, quite a few people who are serious racing fans. So if you want to follow that, it really does give you a great way to spend an afternoon. Pro Better Live. Go to probetter.com.au. Probetter, PROBETTA.com.au. 1350 is the One Solutions handicap, and it's 225 craftiness, 550 Medcorp, San Diego, $8.50. Matt, craftiness has been backed again.
Yeah, craftiness has had some support in a couple of points. A little bit of support for Medcord as well. $6 was available at $5.50 now, but I just sort of thought that was the horse that they were probably going to come for.
All right, Mark. We're not mucking around here with Rain Affair and Boomwire at 1,350 metres.
Yes. Well, Rain Affair creates the opportunity for craftiness to get across and
not be
comfortable. Be comfortable. Yeah. And as you say, Boomwire is back up for another crack after suffering heat stress last time he turned up at Randwick.
That was suffered by going the first section too fast, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So craftiness in for third there. Mahican, handy enough, freshened up, and next best would be Medcourt, who's back a tickle in distance. Riker down on the inside, San Diego next best, and once again Waller's out the back. He'll never Amavasio.
Oh mates, hello, welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
All right, what are we saying about craftiness, Mark?
Well, I looked at it at 1350, and then I went, well, he chased so hard the other day that I just wanted to give him a big tick for that. T. Clark, favourite. There, he's third up from a shortish spell. So I'll go with him. 2 to beat 11 Mahican, who returns to Rose Hill after Kerrin just completely gave it no hope at Warwick Farm. It wasn't meant to have any hope either.
Yeah.
5 Medcord has done everything right and 2 runs back, and 8 San Diego has been close up, but certainly Medcord was a superior run to him than the other day. 2, 11, 5, 8, and the story is 4.5 units on number 2 craftiness.
I'm betwixt and between because the
he was going to run 1100 last week.
Yeah, I know, exactly. I mean, this horse I really love. He looks like a group horse. I think he will be a group horse. Saying what we said last week on the show, I think just about every run he's had, he's either top one or he's been 1 or 2 in data for all the days, and that you've got to take serious notice with. He's got a serious number for where he's at of his career and his resume, but he is still on this tough track up to 1350, the biggest distance he's been to, off with a gap between runs, and trying to do it that way. And he's on a surface whilst it's drying. His best is going to come on rock hard tracks. So saying 5 to 4 that I can't take, but I can't oppose. I haven't got much between him and Medcourt. I've said it a few times, got a huge opinion of Medcourt, but again, his best is going to be on the real dry tracks. What he has in the favour of craftiness, he has a tick at the distance. And he's right, he's better set up for the distance. So I'll have 2 units on Medcourt, because I think if this race was put down and it was with craftiness perfectly set up for 1350 and it was on a dry track, I'd probably be marking him equal favourites anyway. So that's how, I've got a huge opinion of craftiness and a huge opinion of Medcourt as well too. So I'll have 2 units on Medcourt, but both of them could run 7th as well too. So, they don't really like as I mentioned last week about old mate craftiness. Have a look at his head on and have a look how much he likes a wet track. He hates it.
Yeah, okay.
It's only pure ability that gets him there.
Okay. Look, I've definitely got it a racing too, so I'll be chopping on craftiness 5 units, and I have 5 on Medcourt. Look, super impressed by him last time, and I don't know, just don't know what the plan's going to be, whether there'll be someone will try and attack the Pride runners, or whether they'll just let them be on their merry dance. So there's plenty of arrogance about the way Pride's training, and it's sort of been working and backfiring a lot. Like the
Terra Vista.
There's a lot of bravado, and that's sort of good to see. But maybe someone's got a plan to sort of let these guys keep them honest, and that'll definitely bring Medcourt in the race, and maybe even someone like.
Well, Medcourt's the one that looks guaranteed. It looks like a dead set sweet spot race.
Yeah,
and he looks guaranteed to get that spot.
But then again, you know what? Rain of Fair will be sent out as a bunny, and Craftiness will just sit on its back or something.
Boomer. Where's Boomer?
And Boomer, maybe that's the X factor.
Just on Boomer, a bit of a sort of a half maligned horse, but he's come back pretty good.
Yeah, he's going to come.
But the problem was last time his race was running 2 hard parts, and the first part he smashed it, and the second part he walked to the line, and he comes up here from a wide gate against Rain of Fair with James Innes on it. It sort of makes it a little bit difficult. Anyway, we'll Mark answer the phone, Matt. We'll move on to race 6 and we'll do a spruik. We mentioned PBL, but if you don't want to join PBL, you've got Darren Potter's set, ready to rock, and Melbourne's online right now, isn't it?
Yeah, Flemington came through at about 9 last night, I think. So Flemington's online, and he's
pumped.
I think it's a card. Flemington is a card, and I reckon will be the same with the Race Speed Profiles we'll be winning at, but it's sort of, I think there's 3 or 4 shitty races, and there's 3 or 4 really good races and a couple of moderate ones, but it's all about winning them. Sometimes they're the days you really do win at, because you just leave the other 2 alone, the other couple alone, focus on the good ones, and say, here we go. Yep. So if you want to make money, jump on board with Darren, and also the Race Speed Profiles for Melbourne. They're all available as per usual. And while we're talking about it, why not just wrap up the Flemington thing and say Warren Huntley at Flemington. Warren, who's going all over the place at the moment on racing.com. He's been at been at Warrnambool all week, sounding great. So our man Warren, you can get lovely. He's
a mouth from the south.
Yes, you can get Warren at Flemington,
he'd have all the tips from the pubs from Warrnambool circuit, ready to go for Saturday.
Exactly right. Yeah, well, this one's this and this one's that. No, nothing sinister happening at Warrnambool at all, is there? So Warren at Flemington, as you said for many years now on the show, that is as profitable a formula as you can follow. So Flemington got it covered, and again another thick card there. The Darley Crown was last week, it's this week. $6.50 Solicit, $4 Perron, $7 Coming Influence, and $6 Vergara, who gets shorter every week without racing.
Yes. I think there was a bigger price, was about Perron, I think.
Yes. And $4 is stretching it too.
Yeah, exactly. So about $4.60 or $4.40 into $4.
Yeah,
that might be.
$4 is one person at the moment, so
Yeah. So
I think the Tab are actually $4 Perron.
Yeah, okay. So that's been the sort of the go of the race.
Pace, Mark, we lost, no we haven't, it says Solicit, as we were saying last week, Solicit leads with Calming Influence and Peace Force, and Calming Influence probably starts this week.
Yeah, well, I noticed she was in Doomben and she must be scratched at Doomben. is she?
Oh no, maybe not necessarily. Anyway,
Well, I don't think she had a rider at Doomben, so
Okay.
that would count. Yes, Solicit, Calming Influence, Vergara, Peace Force, My Sabile, Copy, Mademoiselle, then Beldecoeur and Perron out the back. 2 My Sabile, looks a suitable race again for her. 9 Vergara, returned super, but I can't mark her as short as she is. 4 Perron is obviously, ready to run some type of race and looks appropriately priced. And 5 Calming Influence, 2945 and 1.5 units on number 2 My Sabile.
I was very keen on Perron last week, more keen this week on the drier track. That was the worry, the real heavy last week. She's ready to explode. The 1,000 metre run first up was awesome and totally unsuitable. She didn't get out on the William Reid, and then she was Tommy buried the week before, the start before at Randwick. 1,300 is a perfect distance. This type of ground is fine. Gets there. Go Jimmy. 10 units on Perron.
Huge. That's a big one. 5 on Perron for me. I clearly like the form line she comes out of against these horses, and look, to me, it's she won't get a more winnable race than this.
No,
if
it's
it's not
her
this,
day.
it's over.
Yeah, exactly right. It's her day.
Right.
I think she's shown she's come back. I mean, it doesn't read that way, but there's a lot of hidden merit in the previous run. The other run didn't there. Then the first up run said I'm back, and she's got the capability of smashing out some high numbers and numbers that will win this. If Jimmy
Beautiful.
does his job. Beautiful. Moving on to the Lord Mayor's Cup. Talk about strange setups.
This is the fascinating
It's-
race
it's one-
of the weekend.
Yeah, it's probably one of the most bizarrely set up 2,000 metre races I reckon I've ever seen. Anyway,
Yep.
Arabian Gold for Dicky, $8. Ecuador 7, Malice 8, Silver Ball 9, and a stack of them not far away from that price. Anything early, Matt?
Look, some speckles around. So $13 into 11, Bagman. 15 into 12, Destiny's Kiss. 11 into 9, Silver Ball. And 13 into 11, Sense of Occasion. So, it was at $7 a field. It's a great betting race.
All right, Mark. Who takes it up? And it looks, it does look a little bit
Well,
interesting.
you've got Ecuador.
You've got a wave of them coming from outside.
Ecuador, and then Chris has got his doozy blackjack to set the race up. Singing Flame, D Beasley down underneath them. Malice in a handy position. Sense of Occasion up to 2,000 in a handy position, and the others can sort themselves out. This is a great race, and number 10 Silver Ball just leapt off the page at me. Golden Switch. There it was, drawn in 1, and everyone saw what happened to that Flemington meeting.
Yeah, it's sort of an irrelevant run, isn't it? But it still ran well enough.
And there it is with the gun. I just, yes, I'm quite keen.
Plenty of recent runs, whilst the 2,000 metres still has to get to. It's got recent runs.
Fifth
runs.
up, yeah.
Yep.
It's appealing. 10 to beat 3 Ecuador, who 1,400 to 2,000, first time ever, but did run through its skin first up, and has had actually the extra week to get over it, which is probably a better thing. 13 Singing Flame is doing nothing wrong, but I don't particularly like the jockey.
Give him a chance.
What do you mean? There's no chance to be had. You have to earn your stripes, don't you? You have to earn your stripes all the time. You don't just lob. Even bloody Magic Man just is not allowed just to lob.
Okay, fair enough.
No, you actually have to
Yeah,
earn your
no,
stripes. You don't just go, oh well,
Oh, yeah.
10 years ago he was a nice rider, so therefore I'll back him.
No, fair cool.
It's almost longer than 10 years, wasn't it?
No, I think it probably is.
When I
though.
first started getting into racing.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway,
Where's
welcome back,
Lenny?
Denny.
We'll bring back Lenny.
Yeah, I think he's too heavy. Anyway,
Oh, is he? He's gone.
Yeah.
Finished.
Mm.
Gingerbread Man, we used to call him. We'll catch him. And 14 Sense of Occasion was worried out of it by Darcy Magic last time, but looks seasoned enough now for the 2,000 metres. Not interested in Arabian Gold. Bagman I'm sort of on the fence about. Malice certainly a chance. Not interested Destiny's Kiss. Count of Lemonade, not completely hopeless. Our Voodoo Prince I do quite like. 8 days since his last start at Wagga. So and given no possible chance in the JRA plate. In a bit moment, Kathy.
It was likeable until you saw Kathy. I did the form and I hadn't had the riders through at the time. I thought, oh, I don't mind this.
Yeah.
And then Kathy.
Great race. So 3 units on number 10, Silver Ball.
All right. Well, I'm playing the horses that are up and running. I'm Silver Ball 1 unit, Singing Flame, 1 unit Arabian Gold. Dickie might get his first winner. How long has it been since he tried to win on Saturday? Anyone?
Well, it might be her, is it?
Hey?
She won on Saturday,
She could.
beating Catkins.
It could be her.
September last year. Couldn't be that long. Sure.
Yeah, it's been a while. And 1 unit on Intimate Moment. Prefer another rider, but she could accidentally ride it well too. But then again, following Glenn's theory, she's not going to win by 5 lengths
Where's
on Intimate
Nash and
Moment.
Moriarty? Where is he?
Beautiful. They're what I'm playing, but looking for the horses fit. And I suppose if you're looking for the horses fit, honourable mention to Fraser's.
Well, no, he's first up.
He's first up. He hasn't a run for a few
Should have
weeks.
just bought him from the paddock.
Yeah, lovely, cool. What are you saying, Matt?
Yeah, I like Ecuador.
Yeah.
I like Gay with that sort of doesn't look right, not quite fit.
She's the one who can pull it off.
Yeah, like what was the horse that won on Wednesday in the main race? Faden.
Faden, yeah.
It had the best form, but it was first up at a mile.
yeah.
But it
Marked at 5 to 2.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
nailed it. And
Well
it's the most profitable betting. One of the most profitable betting scenarios is when Gay is jumping the distance,
Yeah.
and the market sort of doesn't respect as much as they should.
Fair enough. Okay.
3 units each way,
Okay.
and he sort of taught me in a Silver Ball there. Looking at its, looking back at its form, I noticed
Nothing worse than being talked into something.
Yeah, well, it depends who's talking
Depends
to.
where you're talking to.
Yeah, look, he's going good, he's fit, and I like that form around the bowler and the other horse, Atlanta Stream, I think ended up going pretty well in Morphinville.
Beautiful. All right, lovely. So that is race number 8. Hong Kong is on Saturday, so Hong Kong fans, make sure you don't miss the bay. It often happens, not Sunday. So Mother's Day is free for everybody. You beauty. And and 1 to follow. There they are. What happened with there they are? Well,
Last week, we washed out.
we'll wash out at Hawkesbury,
and
won't we?
then never really
Oh, I think there was a couple. Old mate, the thing in the last, which was an absolute moral in Melbourne, was that Pyrorilic, because we didn't really have many in Melbourne or wherever it was. Oh, and we got Larry Cassidy. He should have got points in Slaughter of the Quarter. You ask about where Lenny Beasley is. That ride at Toowoomba. Oh my God!
chasing the town
Oh
leader.
Jesus Christ! You know, it was anyway. Anyway, all right, there they are, and track work, the main 2 things for the weekend. Jump on board them, and Nick and Warren continue to find winners left, right and centre. It's a great value surface there, and there they are, will be up and running and doing its best as it always is. So 12follow.com.au, and remember, Hong Kong is Saturday afternoon. The Hawkesbury Guineas at Rose Hill is race 9, and it's Federal $4, Eisenhower's $8.365, $6 everywhere else, Press Report $8, and Najum is now favourite, as she was probably going to start last week at $3.30.
Yeah.
But this makes an interesting little case.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, there was the Bet 365 error was $6.50 Najum. That's now $3.20 and $3.
Yeah.
The Bonate was $4. I think I might have said that was $6.
Oh,
that was this race. Yeah, so that's been the go, and look, Federal's just
Well, that's
Nice
interesting,
and
isn't it?
steady.
Because they already had a market to use.
Yeah, that's right. But I think we were all keen on Najum last week, but there's a bit of a difference in Hawkesbury Heavy versus Rose Hill Rail True.
Yeah, but it's still coming on. It's still got the fat springboard.
Yeah, granted, but I just thought it was better. It was better.
Yeah,
And Federal, I thought, was worst placed last week. than it is.
I'd be surprised if there wasn't a move to Federal at those
Yep.
quotes.
Yeah, lovely, cool. All right. Okay, who does what, Mark?
So
We've lost Grit, which was obviously one of the pace.
Yes. So Najum and Eisenhower are in the van.
So it's Gay and Gay,
Gay.
which is you talk about Gay up in distance. Gay, pace, 1-2 is also a hard thing to beat at times.
Martine I had on handy, final decision handy, Enyas along the inside. Press Report midfield, Federal midfield, Makadane mid-back, Backman and Zizumba out back. 10 Najum, still likeable this week. 3 Eisenhower, really ran through the line, their first up at Canterbury in his second preparation. 1100 to 1300 is Gay only. 2 Federal has done little wrong, does lose Jay McDonald, but hard not to make him sort of 2-1 in this race. And 8 Press Report, who
Is there?
I thought she could have been better ridden last time in what is proving a fruitful race. 10, 3, 2, 8, 3 units on number 10 Najum, and 1.5 units on number 3 Eisenhower.
I haven't got much between them. I was very keen on Najum last week because of the setup and all that. So, but I probably marked pretty much equal. Federal gets his chance to do what he did last time at Randwick. That's sort of that running style, and I didn't think that was going to work at Hawkesbury. I didn't think real heavy track was going to work for him either. So, but I've got Eisenhower on top. I think he can just sit there and lob, gun, perfect spot, get into the right lane. Like it. 3 units on Eisenhower and saving on the other 2. 1 unit Federal, 1.5 on Najum.
Yeah, I found it a bit tricky, so I'm not going to use any units yet. Just wait to see how the pattern of the day unfolds.
Perfect.
I probably was definitely leaning to Najum, but we'll just see what happens on the day.
All right, we move into race 10. Now, market-wise,
this is when you get to race 10 and you go, beauty. Only 22 to look at.
Yeah, but it doesn't take.
And no early scratchings.
Yeah, exactly, and away we go. But I haven't seen a market like this in Sydney, and I'll use editorial license and call it double figures. As you and I know, it's not really double figures; it's double digits. But every horse bar one is double figures. It's $10 Hollywood Bound, $10 Role Model, $9.50 Quick Strike, $11 Electric Power, and $10 Song and Laughter. When was it since you've seen a market like that in Sydney?
1984. It was the PJ Bell. And Mark Reed went 10-1 the field, punters.
Yeah.
One horse started shorter than 10-1.
Perfect. All right, and it was?
It was the winner.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Jimmy Lee trained.
Oh, that'd be
For the
good.
favourite. Look, it's just so random. There's nothing has been sort of backed out heavily, and no one's followed. So
All right.
just a good, deep betting race.
The one thing that looks like there's fast horses and plenty of them, or relatively fast horses, so the race is going to be run above benchmark speed. It should be the pace should be on from get go and shouldn't stop. That's about the only thing I'm confident about. In the race.
Role Model. I think Role Model driven to the lead. Loud Debate, handy. Choice Lager with the winkers on. Song and Laughter, obviously handy. Perfect Weapon up there.
And even the second line aren't.
But they're sort of. Yeah, well, Zayam is first up. Captain Scott will be closer than last time with Claire Nutman. Our Bazaar should posse up. Flying Sebring maybe not, but Trad Try can be handy. Look, it's obviously a big field, so there's no need to really go through them.
No.
18 Song and Laughter is flying this preparation. She's attacked the line with a vengeance, particularly last time. To beat 13 Captain Scott, who was given no hope last time. 21 Choice Lager, heavily backed with Priscilla Smith. Hopefully we don't see her on him. Winkers on there. And 20 Wings. 18, 13, 21, 20. No single digits for me.
You're beauty.
And
It doesn't.
4 units on number 18 Song and Laughter. Hollywood Bound's got the negative alley switch. Role Model certainly some claims. I wasn't enamoured of Quick Strike. I think he's been following them around despite coming back from the Derby. Basso can clearly improve. Flying Sebring I would entertain at giant odds, only because I think he's racing well. I suppose Electric Power's got a chance. I've been horribly hard on her and still marked her 8-1. How Bazaar is racing well. Live for Today, not from that draw, but not hope. But I wouldn't say ridiculously hopeless. And that will do it from me. As I say, 4 units on number 18, Song and Laughter.
No.
You just went. 22. No.
Well, it's the race from
Too much work.
It's the race from Hawkesbury
Well, it's
from last
actually
week.
not that like.
Well, I looked at it as the race from Hawkesbury last week, but even
With
more
triple the numbers.
Yeah, exactly right. So I didn't like the race at Hawkesbury, and for the record, I ended up there with Electric Power, Hollywood Bound, Song and Laughter, and probably the same 3 numbers again. But yeah,
Matt,
No,
round us out. Take us home.
we dropped the batter in the last league.
I ran out of time to get through these and give it a good crack. I'll have 1 unit on Electric Power, just coming through that race, and It's going to need a hell of a lot of luck. But
Well, what isn't in this race?
It's a horse.
I couldn't imagine there being a huge margin between first and 10th in this, could you?
Remember wasn't it?
You're thinking about that race with the New Zealand horse that
Yes,
won it?
that came down the outside.
It's like it's a
Crone, not go. It was like Conda or Kona or.
no, it's not Chrono. It's yeah, I know exactly the one. It was exactly the race that I was thinking of when I was
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah, it was. It's like a one word name but 2 syllables or something. Tedeschi or something.
Yeah, it was 1500 at Rosehill.
1500 Rose Hill. Fucking throw them all in and do your best. Anyway, do your best.
I think Glenn will hit the trifecta in the last
Oh yeah, and it'll be
Loves
high
it.
numbers.
Yeah.
He just loves a high number.
22 from 21.
Yeah, exactly. Just
20.
loves it. Perfect. All right. Well, make sure you jump on all of that stuff. Jump in the tournaments, all the race speed profiles, Mark stuff, Johnny McLeod, Darren stuff, Pro Bet Alive. We've got stacks of stuff going on. It's winter time, but we'll be winning, so don't miss out on all the stuff through the Punter Show. Good luck.
Thanks.